want to be happy, don't you? Hi, I'm Conchetta, cueing everybody to decide I will be happy. For many reasons, I haven't recorded a podcast in months. But I happened to read an interview in the LA Times where Martha Beck, an author and sociologist, was questioned about the relationship between creativity and anxiety. Now, I had stopped writing and recording my podcast because I had nothing positive or helpful to say, and I don't want to send negative vibes out into what I see as a world that is already overloaded with them. Beck made me realize I was stuck. Does that ever happen to you? You want to change how you're feeling, but you can't. She spoke about how being kind to yourself helps bring you to a place of calmness and serenity. I know that when I decide to light a candle or some incense, close my eyes, and meditate with gratitude on all the things in my life for which I truly am thankful, I emerge from that special time with a wonderful feeling of peace, which lasts for maybe as long as an hour. But have you noticed it doesn't take long for your mind to slowly drift back into that place of anxiety, a nagging feeling of worry or even fear? It happens to us all. You turn on the radio to listen to music, and suddenly they announce, ta-da, breaking news. Well, whatever you hear next is guaranteed to destroy that piece you just spent 20 minutes creating. Or you look out the window and see black rain clouds looming overhead just as you have to go potty your dog. And unless you live on a hilltop in the mountains by a lake, the morning silence around you will soon be broken by the annoying cacophony of garbage trucks and leaf blowers, followed by the screeching sound of an ambulance or two, fire engines, police sirens. In other words, whether the disturbance is right at your doorstep or on the morning news, we are bombarded with reminders that the world around us is fraught with trouble. A whole lot of people are probably not having a good day, and sometimes you're one of them. Beck says anxiety has no limit because it's based on what could maybe happen someday. Well, she perfectly described what had been going on with me and my state of mind for the past few months. So, how do we deal with anxiety? It's an awful, insidious threat to our health and to our happiness. That's when I realized the solution Beck suggested for anxiety was something I usually do, but recently stopped. She believes creativity is the answer to conquering anxiety. And she says instead of asking yourself, what can I do now? Ask yourself, what can I make now? When we choose to do something creative, our brain is consumed with imagination and turns off the anxiety focus. So, I decided to resume doing what makes me happy. Write, think, meditate, and open my mind to receiving images and thoughts that inspire me, then use them creatively. It may surprise you to know that everyone is blessed with the ability to be creative in some way. Creativity is an important part of being human, and it takes all forms. Yes, it's obvious that artists, musicians, dancers, writers are creative, but creative use of the mind goes beyond that. Creativity includes the ability to plant a beautiful garden, bake a cake, decorate your home, sew a garment, knit a scarf, design a collage, teach a child to read, organize your closet, wax and buff your car, wallpaper your bathroom. Just do something beyond your mundane, everyday chores. We can be creative in so many ways, and when we explore that part of our humanness, we take our minds to a sacred place inside the part of our brain that is uniquely equipped to employ the use of our creative imagination. Newsflash, we cannot control what's going on in this crazy world, but we can choose to nurture our higher self by cultivating our God-given talents, whatever they may be. Completing a new creative project makes me smile. And when that happens, I feel anxiety slowly melt away as I zero in on some wonderful thing I can accomplish by simply using my mind and my imagination. I urge you to try. Shut out what you cannot control. Decide to make something and make your personal space better. It will give you a sense of pride. It's like you're planting tiny seeds of happiness. And happiness is contagious. Happy people lead better, more fulfilling lives with better relationships, ultimately creating a better world. People often ask, why am I here? What is my purpose? Well, perhaps it is simply to continue observing the question as we address life and learn to explore our capacity for creativity and growth. Ernest Hemingway once said, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." Those finger snaps? You've just been cued. The world is an extension of our relationship with ourselves and with each other. Define what happiness means to you. What makes you smile? Surround yourself with more of that, whatever it may be. Right now, this moment, create a new and lovely stage of your life. There's those finger snaps again. You're being cued to be happy. If you enjoy listening, I hope you'll subscribe to Concetta Q's Women of a Lovely Age. Men too. Happiness is not gender specific, Then tell your friends about this podcast so you can be surrounded by like-minded, happy people. Be happy. Why not?